Iowa Republican congressional candidate Ashley Hinson is exercising some damage control tonight. The two-term state representative from Iowa House District 67 in Lynn County has been accused of plagiarism by the New York Times for some of her writings, campaign materials on her website, and op-ed pieces she wrote, which in some cases were apparently copied almost verbatim from articles in the Times and other news outlets, including the Register and even the Abby Finkenauer website. So State Representative Ashley Hinson joins me live right now on our set here in the KWO studio. And you have already apologized, so let's show the tweet real quickly that you sent out Monday, in which you say you were unaware of the plagiarism and that you are deeply sorry for the mistake. So the question, I think, Ashley, tonight is that why were you unaware and that some of the sentences and words had been plagiarized? Because eventually it does come back to you, doesn't it?
Right, absolutely. And integrity matters to me. As you know, being a journalist, integrity is what you have. Your brand matters. That's why I wanted to confront this head on and own up to what happened, show everybody in this community that the buck stops with me. I'm going to take this on head on. And the reason this happened was because we had an employee who worked for the consulting company that I used for my campaign, who did some background writing for me and added context to a lot of the pieces that we work on as a campaign. Those were all then presented to me in a draft, which I did approve, and we published. And so I think it's important to own up to exactly what happened. And today I took action, and that firm that I had been using and that employee have both been terminated. I'm not doing any more work with them.
Okay, so what do you say to Iowans who certainly believe that an op-ed piece, I mean an opposite the editorial piece written by you, should be written entirely by you and not a staff member?
Yeah, well, I think as I'm having communications conversations with my staff, I communicate to them exactly what I want to say, and I want to reiterate that these policy positions, I 100% stand by what I've said in terms of the policy that I support. That isn't changing. We are, as a team, focused on making sure that voters understand where I stand on these policy issues. So I have worked collaboratively with them to make sure that our messaging is correct and accurate going forward. We're taking those necessary steps because I think voters deserve to know where I stand. That's again why I'm here tonight. I'm talking with you and why I've been transparent about this going forward.
So you're a former journalist, so plagiarism falls in that area of ethics, which then reflects directly on you. So what do you want Iowans to know about future vetting of your writings and speeches?
Absolutely. We are already talking as a campaign about how we're going to do that going forward. First step for me was making sure the people who are accountable for this are fired. I'm going to be looking through everything going forward and making sure the approval process is up to those important ethical and journalistic standards. It's absolutely appalling to me that this happened. I know it's unacceptable to me, and I know it's unacceptable to voters, and that's why I want to take ownership. That's what people expect of leaders heading to Washington, D.C. to be their voice, and I look forward to earning their support going forward.
Real quickly, a couple of seconds, lesson learned here.
Trust but verify. I think that's a very important point that everybody needs to learn, but I think going forward, integrity is what matters to me, and I'm working hard to make sure that I earn that from the voters of Eastern Iowa going forward.
All right, State Representative Ashley Hinson, thank you very much for taking the time to tell us more about your side of this response to the plagiarism accusation, which obviously is a very serious matter. Has your campaign been damaged by this, do you think?
I'm moving forward. You know, I think that people see this for what it is, which was a partisan attack on me, and I think I take things in stride, and I'm moving forward because that's what people expect a leader to do.
All right, thank you very much for taking the time. We'll come in right back in just a moment.